Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about my lightning arrow Deadeye, but not just any lightning arrow Deadeye, I'm talking organic, headhunter free lightning arrow Deadeye. And for those that prefer the premium A1 Wagyu gearing options, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. But before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe. So as many of you guys may know, grinding gear games has taken the in-game economy and flipped it over on its head. With changes to the benchcraft consumables, as well as the integration of God Touch mobs aka loot goblins, the community has had a reaction to these changes that can be described as less than optimal. However, I, a casual vegan trade league enjoyer, have devised a dubious plan to overcome the 3.19 changes. The secret plan to do this? We go fast. Sanic. Fast. And so with that goal in mind, I went straight to the drawing board and began putting together my build. I asked myself these questions: what build offers insanely destructive power, incredibly fast movement speeds, can tank every mechanic in the game, and offers a very well-rounded gaming experience? And that's how I decided on the lightning arrow Deadeye. One of the things I enjoyed the most about this build is that it doesn't require a headhunter to function, because, you know, I'm broke as hell. And so without further ado, let's get into the video. So the way this build works is you fire your arrows into your enemies, smite them with the power of Jesus, and watch them keel over before your very eyes. Assuming your graphics card can render the visuals, you'll notice that lightning arrow itself has very poor single target damage. To circumvent this issue, introducing the latest and greatest in Ray class technology, with not just 5 but 6 of our Storm Rain ballistas, you'll be shredding your favorite map bosses for the low price of $7.99 a pound. Now for our Ascendancy, we'll be running with a low budget off-brand champion, the Deadeye. For our Ascendancy passives, you want to grab Ricochet, Endless Munitions, Focal Point, and of course, Gathering Winds. Ricochet gives you more clear speed, Endless Munition gives you more arrows, Focal Point improves the single target damage, and Gathering Winds makes the game feel that much more tolerable. If you're struggling to get in more movement speed, be sure to roll a Quicksilver Flask with movement speed during flask effects, and a Redeemer influenced pair of boots with Elusive on critical strike. For our defenses, we'll be running Grace, Determination, Defiance Banner, and of course, the Power of Friendship. With most glass cannon builds, it is no longer enough to rely on the multiple layers of in-game damage mitigation in order to survive Chris's vision. And so now when people say that the build is shit, it is not due to a skill issue, but rather a lack of friends. Grace gives us a ton of flat evasion, Determination gives us some much needed armor, and Defiance Banner scales the values of both. Combine the effects of these defensive layers with the power of friendship and you'll almost be able to enjoy the current state of PoE. Most of the time. Now let's talk about how to gear up this build. So to gear up this build, you're gonna need 3 things: a massive bow, a massive budget, and a massive cost. For our bow, we're gonna be running with a triple flat LE damage bow with additional projectiles and as much chance to deal double damage as we can get. As my late godfather Barack Obama once said, why deal damage small when you can deal damage big? And as an honorable, law-abiding citizen of Ray class, I would have to say, I completely agree. And so we slap that shit on there and get on with the show. Now as for why you may need a massive budget, we have a quiver that takes a minimum of 6 divines to craft, a helmet that takes at least 5 divines to craft, a pair of boots that take 7 divines to craft. You get the idea. A scuffed lightning arrow Deadeye is still an expensive lightning arrow Deadeye, but don't you guys worry, this build most definitely does not require a headhunter, or even cluster jewels for that matter. So if you're a die-hard ARPG fan who absolutely must get their PoE fix, I highly recommend playing Lightning Arrow Deadeye. It has far fewer hurdles to overcome compared to setting up a high-end tornado shot magic finder, and can defeat the vast majority of PoE content with the exception of fighting uber bosses. As things currently stand, most PoE players will want to see more rewards for their time invested rather than less, and unless you're currently a developer with direct influence over the state of the game, the only option you have to control the amount of rewards you see is the speed at which you farm. And what better way to reclaim the fun that is rightfully yours than to farm with the most scuffed, hypoallergenic, GMO-free, vegan, organic lightning arrow Deadeye. A word of caution, leveling through the campaign with lightning arrow completely sucks. Now if you excuse me, I have a 2-link heavy strike juggernaut that I need to be leveling.